3 in 1. Nkuma aggressive amemo with the aggressive for industrialization. Busia abadaye ene sene obi ahu beto no ye nya nkasa ye betimi nya yesika sem no ebedi Ghana for nsem yenton mamanfo. Na Jojo Rollins, probity and accountability. That's why Ghanaians are going to get.
Asantema UK. Ukuma pimwa apimbeba.
Abija for Asantema UK suni. Enen so ya transit in sempa ebrel. Oboba sempremu de me transit ya say ensem enam de ba. Ene enwanwa na ehu. Abusia bomode say Asantema UK. Ye channel no be subscribe. He say ye hu say madaro mama so na mo age atum. He say ye nsem o ye ka bia no ehu ya eba em ye say di hu djuma. Na oba kan say me ne opani ba ko kasai awia asim na ochre sintia ahemfo yeyi won fira manwesem ibusa asa akohyen no e ma ochirichire mu na enno ena wo hini biate no se no amanyosem ko ahensem ko na so ye kama anyosem ni ahensem bom e ma ne yiye entisi yeyi akonwa no ahensem si nchen ya na yesi ye fa amanyosem a enwie peye sasase ete sumpukura na nanom dia die nti na yebi na nanom atonche yitu onye na emom na omu ani die kase se omu mpese eno bi so du na so matrase ehu se amanyofo odi omhwamo tise di ahemfo no eba na nanom ede eba na nanom ba abewrem ene enkomo ebidi na ede pa ye ne ohene baako ena ebetwe nkomo na mpenise ye hwakom ema yitimpo ena grobi ba ofia ye ntumilika enkohia ti ubuza se hwan ya nyabotre mame tamchuku wodi anse subscribe channel no share na obia febi na ehu de ekoso Asantema UK TV so amtwa me nra na ene nana entwe nkomo
Mihu yanka na akachi abanso da ho a yema okrama enkaye enu nti usika a ode mani eframanane aba abibrem anase Ghana ha no bomodra se ode befa tap send ko Play Store Apple Store download tap send o download via promo code no Asante UK ubohwemu a sika no ekọ baabi biara opese ekono eye entem sokra tap send wo aman ahodo bebre so a sika dwuma no a ene wo ye se de be yama amanfo ko mu adwo se MTN Vodafone Airtel Tigo ana baabi a wo sika mani ho adwuma bia no ukọ hɔ tap send omu ho se odi dwuma de aboa sikasem etifa ho bɔ tap send na waya sorobo a ofa ne yonko a ukotokre enkaso tap send convenient, secure, fast and excellent.
Yasa bebiem so hwɛ minifa so a ɔhen popro ene timichen so hwɛ na fade no a Asante ye franka ena ifra no ye wasase ye usika ko ene ye bibifo sana ye franka ne kire nti putoka se we kano green, yellow and black green ni jama ye sase ye kwaye yellow ni jama yesika kokko ye dia sikedwa ene yete so ena black no jama kire se ye tuntum enye kokko enye fufu ye tuntum nti se ohunu sa ntuma ya na wo se be du free no ntuma no obi ani fra sa ntuma no obi ntumi fra ne sa because ewudin na memma na nada ne ho adi ama wa wo hu na wati ni wo hu se de e ka no trudu when you say odawa de ma kwa baba Asantema UK so lu ada wa ma ni so kakra na pacho se de mudi nse wa mfie se de wugina okoko to si ko gina no kasasa mai pacho odawa ma udin
because we from me na no se men sa won so medical advice se mutuma na abasi na mo nimba we twetwe ko efa amanwa
ana odawa de to so mi udibre ewo anfie anything
on your Otumfour Mamensen akom
wow Otumfour Mamensen akomhene enye akonya ketoa na nana ye ne no bidin komo nana se amanofo di ehwamo MPP ni NDC edi ehwamo hwan ene ba beje ye na hwan po ene bituma boaye na hwan ne bitu di ewura hye ni yemfa NDC nto yemfa MPP nto na yɛ hwade nti ɔse yaso nsuo aso ansa yɛhu nsuo mu duru yɛhu nsɛm mu duru nti sese deɛ ɔno nso ba afei no ɔba yɛhwɛ na yɛnso mu na ɔmmra na yɛhwɛ amamuo nsusu yɛ da amamuo mu sɛ amamuo no baakofo de a amanyɔsɛm baakofo de a na sɛ ɛyɛ nyinaa de a na bɛkyerɛ ne nyinaa mu nti na bonsu ɛna ɛde no ɛhwɛ nkɔ na udi bere nya ketewa sesi a no nsare bɛ odi bere so na ɛhe pɔte na wote na ɛhe pɔte ɛna wote sɛ woyɛ Ghana ni wote Ghana ha wote amanɔne wowɔ hene ɛhe na wote
mete amanɔne na ɛsɛ ma ba sɛ me betena Ghana na ba betena Ghana ɛne Ghana fo akabo na yɛgu ɔman nti mehia Ghana fo nyinaa mmoa na ɛmaa no sɛnea ɛsi kɔm ɛkɔ yi sɛnea wodi kankan no NDC foɔ ne NPP foɔ National Democratic Congress National Patriotic Party ɔmo deɛ hwa mo ama sɛ yɛansesa yɛadwene ɛnyɛ ɔmo adwene yɛadwene mfiri ɔmo so na da bi ɛbɛto ama ɔmo deɛ ɔmo a na-enye yie da because ɔmo mmienu no ɔmo aka abom sɛ ɛnyɛ dan a mfiri mɔtwe bi akyi yɛbɛtumi ato ama wo yɛato ama wo yɛbɛto ama wo to wi ba a ɔmo abɛda da saa no
sɛ sɛ ɔmo ayɛ ntaafo
ɔmo yɛ aborɔfo frɛ ɔmo identical twins kyɛ sɛ ɔmo sɛ paa nso so na ɔmo ntɔ
suban nso yɛ baako
ɔmo suban nyinaa yɛ baako
na Roma ansa na yɛbɛma waka wɔn nsɛm no mame musa wei ansa ɔne Roma ɔhemfo deɛ ɛdi nti na ɔde ho bɛwura amanyɔsɛ mu abɛpere mampani
sɛ menkyɛw sɛ constitution a ɔmo yɛɛ no ɛfa baabi no ato sin kakra kyerɛ sɛ baabi a ɔmo de kɔhyɛ sɛ ahemfo ɔmo nyɛ amanyɔsɛm no ɛntwa yie nti sɛ ɔmo yɛhu sɛ sɛ ahemfo no ɔmo tumi ɛka amansɛm ɔmo de ɔmo bɛgye amamu mu sɛ de bɛyɛ amamu bɛtumi akɔ so
ana Roma ɔne so ade hu ɛne sɛn di nti na ma ɔbɛgyina mampani
ɛne so ade hu a mede bɛpere mampani sɛ ɛnɔma bebree wɔ hɔnom a ɛsɛ sɛ nka yɛyɛ a NDC ne NPP foɔ wɔn ntumi nyɛ ɛno nti na mefiri sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ nipa bɛgyegyina na mea Roma moboa me because adwene no ɛwɔ obiara atwi kyerɛ sɛ obiara de n'adwene ba ne yɛka bɔ ma menka baako nkyerɛw biribi te sɛ yɛwɔ ɛmamu ha yi nipa kakra bi na-etua tax ɛna wɔntua tax nso so a yɛntumi nya mpontuo nti ɛno no sei no meba a mɛsrɛ sɛ obiara nyine sɛ bia nipa bɛsɛ du na tifi a ebi a nipa baako pɛ ɛna etua tax ma menkyekye mu bia sɛ nipa edu na tifi a baako pɛ ne bi a ɔyɛ abandwuma to mo yɛ abandwuma nko a na yɛto ɔmo tax anaasɛ ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ obi adwuma a yɛte no yɛfrɛ bibi paste taba bosomi bi a ɔgye aketua ɔmo maka ne bi a ɔyɛ adwuma ɔtɔn spare parts anaa bi a ɔtɔn car ɔtɔn ayi ɔntua tax no bi ɔmo nyina edu na ɔmo tim no baako pɛ ɔyɛ adwuma bi a ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ ɔyɛ police ni anaa ɔyɛ soldier ni anaa so ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ customs anaa so ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ ministry ɔmo ko ara na ɔtua tax nti mɛfa ne sɛ ɔmo nyinaa no so obiara bosomi bi obiara de 10,000 cedis a deɛ ɔyɛ abandwuma no anaa so ɔyɛ obi adwuma ɔyɛ bosomi adwuma no yɛbɛte ne tax bi 2,000 cedis nti ɔde 8,000 na ɛbɛbɛ fi ɔmo nso ɔmo aka no ɛnam sɛ ɔmo nyɛ abandwuma anaa sɛ ɔmo nyɛ obi adwuma no wɔn 10,000 ɛhyɛ ɔmo bɔtɔ nti ɔmo nso ɔno a yɛate no 2,000 no ɔmo nko na etua tax nso obiara pɛ sɛ yɛnam kwanta so obiara pɛ sɛ ɔkɔ hospital ambulance ɛbɛ obiara pɛ sɛ nkɛdɔɔso kora nso tax na ɛde kyekye nti mɛsrɛ sɛ bɛkyerɛkyerɛ ɛkwan a yɛbɛfa so a obiara bɛtumi atua tax na tax a yɛtua no ɛno na aban boaboa no ɛde kyekyere ɔman aburukyire a mokɔpɛ bosia no saa wɔn mo tua tax ɛna wɔn mo no wɔn boaboa no a mo de mokɔpɛ wɔn ho bosia nti tax deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ obiara yɛ n'adwene sɛ yɛbɛtua tax yɛbɛtua tax na ɛnyɛ sɛ kyenkyen a ɛsɛ wotua sɛ wo sika a wogye no enuru deɛ ɛsɛ wotua tax but I say ucho afi bi aso a ucho ni hu say afi we say ninya say nti misi kan de e wo fom ti ni se bitua aban so oye abudai o abadai etumi hu say once a watimi a kire say wogi bi a 1000 cedis no ontumi ka say for 1000 cedis no bra nti obema wo no untua tax ne mom se dru ba bi a esese utua untua kakra na wo so di aboa nti e ba na sana nkuntu obeba
na me sorry tax is some dey ben Africa Ghana say the okano no yempia na yempedipia senti yempedipia na say the obaji tax na kono obaji tax no do kwa on fan kwa ben on no di gudu si say wo ben wo si yempia tax na si say be aduma mankofo bi ana kwa be na wo fa so yempia tax na ma abedu aban na dey dey input ba bo aban
eno ma say yema etua tax a etimi kwa aban ho yenye enti wo so che say abrochefo omu nim say omu jiska no mbedi omu ahye eno ma na kwanso digitalization am kana say mu nim say na esitia obi eso economy a okusua say obema economy wa friends say we ja economy na to na what digitalization was enso say digitalization no ye adwuma enko bia tax no ekoba bia ekobebe nkanya obi mebo okunu say kutua tax so enti ebeya nhihye ya computers abe and digitalization abe obia din be wo baby a ukutua tax na straight na ko home abuchi sanity nti America be say that will be done in Ghana as it is in Canada send your eti wo Canada so na say you Ghana as I will be happy so ko home e say ye bi wo ase ni hu say yenso bitimi ai anya say na abrofo na ka say so send your say bi okronto adwen na yeti mu ana die omo ya etim ye yie no obi beka say ye de ye enye yi me pese me kire Ghana for say ye betimi aye amana ye yi ese say esesan adwene ye yi adwene free NPP ni NDC for ye ma na no say me sabo so be dia de na be dia de na me I'm coming to be a leader not a president. I'm not coming to preside over corruption and mismanagement and incompetence. I'm coming to be a leader leading Ghana to prosperity. So
now said the okay MPP and NDC ya wo ka say ye nya de free on so yi. First of all, what do I more MPP about so far? The organization here work on digital vice president Adontenhene and Ghana. It was the first. Nenka wo here secure banker who could deal at basis of phone. Papa na usika na. Iti ahono wo mo na baso. Ana no me ba.
Digitalization na mo kan no. Ento because if only on so digitalization by on so be kan so ayede. E ya de a eba. Companies and no more improve and no my ye send ye see no ma omo improve a na bia so enya de aban betisika to say yemfa digitalization a waste of money. Various companies when they improve their services through information technology the advancement back so into especially for digitalization we waste time. Economy na mo behwe amana ye no nhwe digitalization way back in 1980s Germany, France, they were doing so many cards now mukikeke. We're using card. Let's start here check. So now digitalization will hold more and card. Ghana card they are working. Obi ko bank amusu will need a Ghana card won't be It doesn't make sense. As young fan say wadam fu bi fra buchaba ni papa amani niska obedu your airport na nisika short ofri mefa say Germany na bedu kroma ni papa amani niska obedu ska nisika short na wa friend papa ni papa say or obebre niska ba for niska brand Western Union akosi bank bi okwa akoji a wosu ni Ghana card am nifa meanwhile so the passport na ba do any fear nifa. Enti sa normal we no nyina no chese enkoye so no adwena mu de ba say unkuta Ghana card no so no say ya dia digitalization papa enka ebelin ka me ba me belinki all everything to one enti say ukuta national health card ukuta driver's license and say wo Ghana card so ebebo ebe kire wo say wo Ghana card no Udin also, Ukuta, driver's license, a bit me about a Ghana card, no so, but a bit me actually say we are Ghana near now when you're Ghana. Maybe this says our voters ID and when you will see time. It doesn't make sense. One when you said Nipa be free, Omunya Ghana card. Most say, why your Ghana card now won't we vote? It doesn't make sense. So, says a digitalization here, Jumapa. Said so, Kuta birth certificate, Kuta, then Kuta, then said to me link up to a central computer, central database. I said the Audible said the Audible Bobiano, the Bayu Diama. Until then, Munya digitalization, Munya no Rabia. Oh, Munu Rabia.
No, Ghana card. With the Yabema, when this one in the car, see a Ghana card. Say, oh, Koya, Sisia Iska. Is your Kuta best 100 cities and 200 cities. And what she Ashanti region, Yefa Kumasi Yinano. This is all called registered department, general department. A home point baby, say, open Ghana card is all called. And a two, Sebastian BSA, young Franco baby, acquired district by district. It won't send Ghana can answer, oh, bar Ghana card, move to buy it. I'm will be also here be free. I'm a boy mine, and I say, oh, dear, now they ban, and no problem bad that change here. This is you tell me.
Well, thank you, Darcy. Digitalization, I can. So, maybe back. Grassy, be a network in the Bay Juma. I mean, as a network to be accessible to so many remote areas. Baby, I will be a with me register. Oka Butcher. And I can say Uber register, yeah, just all call so you can just over landing. And if I said, yet me ma information, it me flow freely. So now networks, it me do in class. Now, Obi FSO register. You can also track mine. It's only scored the Baba now. Only scored the Baba moment is can cook. Obe for 2 days more is come and is one van. You know, I try to say, maybe, sir, digitalization. The TBT saying, say, a bed bank, Ubia, a bed bank, when you say, it's a track wine, cohans and all. The area will be a bit me a friend saying, access to, you have access to this registration. You know, and yes, it is a trap and call baby potting as an uncle.
I was out for when you see any woman, and Mensa Busu, and I drink more or any our baby, and I say, oh, Bassa Ghana in tomb, being trouble, no man penny, and then Hong Kong when you see a drink. Did the cacao, such a same when you see your wanting. They are the baby, and yet the machine noon, a beat the hour, and not to be so quiet. It's Monfanche, not your coin. Now, your baby, you was a gratin, you put out. That gratin put out, you put out watch it. The munching is there.
The person you can kind of my Ghana mechanical for. We are with me aside the 6 and fellow countrymen, Nanano, greetings to you all. Your friend, Nano Sense. In about 400 days, Ghanaians will be electing a new leader. On November 4th, 2023, the National Patriotic Party elected their flag bearer in the person of Dr. Alhaji Mamensen. About 6 months ago, in May 2023, the National Democratic Party elected the National Democratic Congress elected their former President John Mahama as their candidate for the December 7, 2024 elections. My congratulations to both gentlemen on their victory. Some are imagining that the stage is now set for one of the two to emerge as a leader of Ghana come 2024, December 7. Please, not so fast. Hold on. Put on the brakes. The majority of Ghanaians are just fed up with both the NPP and the NDC. The duopoly. This duopolistic dynasty, whereby every 8 years Ghanaians choose between the two of them, will come to an end come 2024. The dynasty will come to an end in 2024, December 7th. This duopoly has never brought any meaningful improvement in the living standards of the people. Under the duopoly, Ghana is developing at a diminishing rate. Various predictions have been made as to who will be victorious among the two presidential candidates. However, Ghanaians are going to reject both of them. The dynasty will come to an end. The average Ghanaian is changing the mindset. Change is needed in Ghana. A departure from the duopolistic dynasty. Ghana will not move forward as long as we keep the duopoly in power. The two parties have so many things in common. They are like identical twins. Corruption, stealing the country's resources, incompetence, mismanagement, political tribalism. When they come to power, they change even the toilet attendant on assumption of power. They change the school feeding program providers, and so on. The list can go on and on. To defeat the duopoly in the 2024 December 7th elections, we need to form a coalition. We need to come together. Traditional authorities must be involved in the coalition in a very meaningful way. Article 276 of the current constitution must be repealed to allow traditional leaders to be involved actively in politics. It is one of the reasons the country is not moving forward. Common sense needed to solve most issues are being withheld by the traditional leaders. 3 months ago, sometime about August 10, 2023, the speaker reportedly said, allow chiefs to do active politics for us to benefit from their wisdom, their expertise. That was the Speaker of Ghana's Parliament. In other jurisdictions, steps should have been taking place to repeal this article, specifically when the call is coming from the overlord of the lawmaking chamber. Please, the short-handed Parliament should start processes to repeal this article immediately for Ghana to move forward. In other words, to benefit from their common sense, the common sense of the traditional leaders. Traditional leaders are predominantly, they use common sense to rule. Too much book long has not taken us that far. The misconception that they will be insulted is neither here nor there. A rude person will insult whether one is a king or not and face the consequence. So the idea that traditional leaders will be insulted when they are into politics is unfounded, because any person who wants to insult will insult anyways. We have to remember that kings and queens, they are already born politicians. They are commanders-in-chief. They signed treaties and went to war in the olden days. If the head of the legislature has seen that we need to have leaders involved in politics, what are we waiting for? One of the aspirants of the NPP flag bearership was quoted as saying, we need common sense to run Ghana, not big English and degrees. That was Honorable Kennedy Otumfour Japan. He said, we need common sense to rule Ghana, not big English and degrees. Please, don't forget that most of the traditional leaders have degrees. What is lacking is the common sense that will help prioritize the use of our common resources. The 2024 elections will be based on common sense. Other coalition forces will be the military, the police, teachers, lecturers, nurses, and doctors. Let's take it for instance, as a teacher or lecturer. 4 years to your retirement. Your student goes to parliament, and 4 years later, he or she is giving millions of cedis as ex gratia, and you are told in the face that you can never be a millionaire. Common sense dictates that you should distance yourself from this duopoly, because they are the reason you will never be a millionaire, and they will be millionaires because they will get what we call ex gratia after 4 years. And you, after so many years in teaching, you are told you can never be a millionaire. As a police officer or a military officer, 4 years to your pension. After so many years in service, you are the security for this parliamentarian. And 4 years later, he or she is given millions of cedis as ex gratia, and you cannot get a reasonable fraction of what he gets as ex gratia. Common sense dictates that you should distance yourself from the duopoly. For 32 years, this Article 71 is there. It has been ingrained in the Constitution that when they spend 4 years, whatever it is, they will get millions of cedis as ex gratia. And you, the military officer, the police officer, the teacher, you won't get 1 cent, 1 peso. This has to come to an end, come December 2024. As a nurse or a doctor, 4 years to your pension. After so many years in the service, you are the health attendant for the parliamentarian. And 4 years later, he or she is given millions of cedis as ex gratia, and you cannot get a reasonable fraction of that route. Common sense dictates that you should distance yourself from the duopoly. Another coalition partner is the Ghanaian dual citizen in the diaspora. You have been deceived. Over the past several years, the ROPA, Representation of People Amendment Act, was passed in 2006. 17 years later, Ghanaians in the diaspora are yet to see the day they can vote. The duopoly always want to keep the diaspora out of the decisions of the country. But they compel you to form chapters and chapters and chapters. They use you and dump you. Take a look at Article 94.2 of the present Constitution. Article 94.2a, let me read it. A person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament if he owes allegiance to a country other than Ghana. Let's take a footballer or a soccer player who was born outside the country.
Na mensa busu. Ana ene no twen komo a opesu bi gina se o mampani epre se Ghana fo nya na dom mo nchi dom ye pagya no Adontenhene fo ene esihene fo mo pagya ni siso se bredu se no ma o ka wontumi anya mo se Ghana se atwede se ye frem Adontenhene esihene na se mo nya na dom se lo tie ni nsem o de bu biom no a ene yo keka no de a ne se e wo sahemfo e pa be wura amadwesimu sahemfo de onu de onyansa no o de omu bia de beboa ena oman no etumpon na se emena do na yentro abama no enche ibehu na posters ene eno meka ho nyina no ibehu na bonten oba na oba ne se tractor free e o sane so NDC ngalawe MPP ngalawe nemu yadwene enko na party of the ban so e bi afọ nche the party ndi e betu dwama mo ho se bi ko bia ene de e di bia biem ye sana na betra se biem 101 na fe di aka ho o de aka ho na ye so ne kra efutu ade be magana fo ene na nanu britia bi na se shorter na impedi
the American Ghana for say if you say start independence, if you come in commerce, you nyanya leader bia me na mbabe the next leader apart from Nkoma Busia and bia na JJ Rollins. Nkoma bae no bia ni de Nkoma bae industrialization it also be any other meeting aka. Busia bae no obekye sene nka yenya resources no ebe di Ghana for nsa. The other by a friend aliens compliance order. In fact, say no, Abuchi no kwa, winning crata, ye mountain. Some no person deba. Now you who say, yeah, resources no, a Ghana for himself. But the Antinia man, ye the oppressor. The NPP for Mukas or Moya, Busia, you know, and Busia, Duman or Moya, Busia, Duman or Moya, and V8 no convey now. And can you be able to be a business person and be a vehicle? Busi are no area for. So, I was officer in Niska until Ocean home and what are the Amay. The ministers no use to card and the petrol awful. So, until no be and I'm person me. J.J. Rollins, the Subanubi, friend probity and accountability. And to move famia, move before two mamma, Munya 3 in 1, Munya 3 in 1. And Kuma aggressive, I'm more with the aggressive for industrialization. Busia, Abadaye, and Nathan, Ubia Hubetono, Yen Yankasa, Yabiti, Yesika Semno, a bit Digana Fonsen, Young Tom Mamma, J.J. Rollins, probity and accountability. That's why Ghanaians are going to get.
To her, any big medium is Nana, Mesa Musu, and I need to drink for more. Every serious abanche, you know, the Yakai Ho. We say, Obidina, say, on my penny, now a trouble man.